Good morning, everybody on YouTube. We're going to be letting in Periscope and Facebook Live in just a few minutes, or just a minute, actually. A lot is happening today. It's going to be one of those days. Hey, Gary. Hey, Don. Good to see you. Don's first, as always. All right, we're going to be letting in Periscope and Facebook Live. Hey, Hugh. Good morning. Good to see you. Hey, Las Vegas gal. You're first, first in line. How is everybody? Hey, Shauna, good to see you. Marlene, good to see you. Sussman girl, good morning, good morning. Hey, Zozis. Catherine, Doug, how are you? Please swipe and invite everybody, please. House of the Red something. AK2 Florida, how are you? How is everybody on this Monday? I love Mondays too. I guess that I can say that sarcastically. Good morning, good morning. Hey, Joe. Hope everybody who dads had a great Father's Day. It was a busy weekend for everybody. Hey, everybody on Facebook Live. Thanks for joining. If you could please share this with everyone. Marianne, good to see you. Kim, good to see you. Thanks for inviting everybody. Thanks, Hugh, for the compliment. Love it. Hey, yes, very busy. Hey, Roger, good to see you. Please, everybody, swipe and invite your followers, and we can get started. Hey, Gina, good to see you. Everybody goes back and forth. I forget your name over here, and I'll remember it over here. It's going to be one of those things. Once you switch over to YouTube, it's like I have to be retrained. My daughter wants a popsicle for breakfast. Wow. Well, maybe she needs it. We're so sick of the figments from the left. Yeah, there's a lot been going on. Hey, Wendell, good to see you. Thank you, Zoe. Is it Zoe? Is that to say your name? Hey, Mark, good to see you. All right, everybody, please swipe and invite everybody on YouTube. If you'll give me a thumbs up and share this with everyone, that would be great. All right, I want to start really quickly. I want to read a psalm to you to start out our morning. I think today is one of those days where let's Psalm 23 is a really good psalm. Everybody's kind of familiar with. So Psalm 23, everybody. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside the still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil, for thou art with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table for me in the presence of my enemy. You anointeth my head with oil. My cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, as I dwell in the house of the Lord forever. Amen. Oh, amen. We all need to we all need to start with a prayer every day, and getting more and more so. Thanks, Gary. Thanks for the thumbs up. Um, So, some breaking news this morning already. There's been an attack in Paris. From the details that I'm getting, kind of sketchy details, is that a man took his vehicle and rammed it into a police car in Paris. And I believe that the reports are that the suspect may be dead. And at this point, the bomb squad has been called. So I don't know exactly. Yeah, another one, Las Vegas gal. So I don't know exactly what's going on. Don't know what the outcome. They will blame the white extremists. Well, I don't know who this is. It didn't give any indication of who he is or anything else. So there was somebody else in London. It's kind of sketchy details on that. A man started. I think he was he had knives and he was coming after people and yelling Allah Akbar. But they think that man has mental illness issues, and they don't feel that that's terror related. That happened as well. So a lot of news. And you've probably heard about the vehicle yesterday. Yeah, that was in London, Kim. And the vehicle yesterday, a van that plowed into Muslims as they were coming from the mosque. A Muslim council indicates that the vehicle hit the worshipers leaving a mosque. Last night, at least, early this morning, I heard there was one arrested. A man who supposedly said, I did my bit as they were holding him down and waiting for the police to arrest him. And last count, it's sketchy, but between 10 and 11 people were injured, and one died at the scene. So it's one of those things that people I think were expecting to happen, and that is that people are getting tired of what is going on, and instead of being attacked by terrorists, they're turning around and actually becoming terrorists themselves. So, and I know some people would be all in favor of that, just like running up on a stage and yelling things. It's different, of course. Hey, Nancy. But it's doing what we know shouldn't be done. It's doing what we know that the other side does that is wrong, and becoming like that is not the answer. Hey, Danny, good to see you. So I think that we have to be mindful of that, and just Hugh said, "You reap what you sow." You certainly do, Hugh. I don't always agree with it. Always do good. Yeah, I mean, always. One of the reasons if you start becoming like the people that you dislike, then you're going to. You're not following biblical principles. It's like gang wars. You hit me, I hit you. No, not a solution. Exactly. We need to unite everyone against terrorism. Hey, Carrie. Good morning. Yeah, I mean it's a slippery slope when you start saying, well, I can kind of justify this or I can understand it, that type of thing, and you start kind of going over the cliff with everybody else. And I don't want to go over the cliff with everybody else. I know right from wrong. I've been taught right from wrong. If I don't understand right from wrong, I look in the Bible for the answers and for a reminder. And what I'm seeing, this incident, the incidents other this weekend, they don't jive with Bible principles. If Muslims don't want to be attacked, then they should stop attacking. That's true, Hugh. But the thing of it is, yeah, Nancy said, I've been reading about the left joining with ISIS ideologies, which is scary, very scary. It's true, Hugh. If they don't want to be attacked, they shouldn't attack. But at the same time, attacking them back, I can see defending yourself, absolutely, but not going on the same attacks that they do. I know when conservatives get hit, it is very frustrating. But we are a nation of laws, and if we don't follow the law, then we become them. I don't want to become them, and we have absolute right to defend ourselves. I mean, if somebody is coming after you, you have every right to protect yourself. But to go after them, like what the guy did, if it's true what happened in yesterday with them hitting those people that are coming out of a mosque, that's just not right. It is a very scary time, Zoe, and one in which, we're going to be called to determine what is the correct principles to follow. Exactly, Marlene. Marlene said, I'm not going to become a terrorist, too. It's very sad. I would only defend myself, but many won't wait. That's right, to you. That's exactly what's happening. But Islamists do not get to go through those laws. They get passes. Well, and I understand that, and that's not right. It's not. But the terrorists, they're not following laws on either side. It's lawlessness, and that's what's causing it. We need to enforce the laws we have. We need to also, this whole thing with bringing refugees here that we know have the potential of hurting us, meaning us in Europe, us in the United States, whatever, is not right. What can we do? We can continue to put pressure on the left, who continues to cause this president not to be able to carry out what he wants to carry out, his own agenda, the travel ban restrictions. You got the court systems, the left-leaning court systems, and the left in Congress who want these restrictions never to be in place. They're the ones that are putting us at risk. And it also starts with local politicians, where we get those people out who don't agree with us. Kerry said, me either, we must condemn any terrorist act no matter who does it. That's true. Absolutely agree with you. And it's hard. And yes, it may be that somebody else in here writes something. I can't read your name, but it may be that they're getting a pass, but that doesn't give us the legal right to go after them, even if they're getting a pass. Doug said we must enforce the laws. Exactly. We have to change what it is that we're doing and how we're doing it, and we have to make sure that our laws are followed. We need travel ban tightened, absolutely. And we need to be able to get to the Supreme Court, have them look at that, and allow the president to assert his authority. Stooping to their level is not the answer, Hugh said. That's absolutely correct, Hugh. Absolutely correct. You don't want to become the people that you hate. We can't lose we can't lose who we are, then no one wins. Exactly, Carrie. Then we all become evil if evil is what is affecting us. Our Constitution was originally made to protect citizens. Exactly, Nancy. And because we have globalists and elitists in government who don't care about that and what the Constitution stood for, this is the problem that we're getting into. Very telling that the left has never condemned any Antifa violent act. That's true. Something very bad is brewing. Refugees were brought here to create confusion, and that's right. And Obama brought them here, so you can figure out what that means. Right to bear arms. There we go. PC will take us down, and that is true. But this is something that's been set up by the globalists and the elitists to bring chaos to our country, to bring lawlessness to our country. Now our Constitution protects others before its own citizens. Exactly. Obama took us back to the 1960s. Yes, he sure did. Good morning, Barbara. Good to see you. Hey, Robert. Good to see you. Mic drop. Show our post respect and loyalty. Now, we always do in here, Roger. Parents of college students in a coma were too sad not to talk about situation from Obama administration. Were led not to talk. Yeah, you're too happy. I know. I know. It's sometimes you have to be happy, or it's you don't want it the opposite, right? Otto's case very heartbreaking, and again, the Obama administration told them to be quiet. Told them supposedly that you don't want to make North Korea mad or something to that effect. And that's what the father said. Hugh says, what Constitution? The Ninth Circus Court is destroying it. That's true, Hugh. Absolutely true. You have the courts who are doing that. Second Amendment to the tilt. I paid for my classes and get your concealed carry. Hey, Bill, good to see you. Blessed to have their son home. Imagine being able to hold him again. And heartbreaking all at the same time, Nancy. I can't even imagine the pain that they're going through. He was in a coma for over a year. You know that Obama knew that? Oh, I'm sure he did. Kim, I mean, of course he did. And, maybe that's why he wanted him kept over there so he wouldn't have to answer for the fact that he told him to be quiet. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, some other breaking news. I don't know if you heard it over the weekend. We fired on Syrian airliner, or not an airliner, but an aircraft, military aircraft, and they shot down the Syrian warplane that attacked the U.S.-backed rebels. Coalition said the shoot down took place in accordance with rules of engagement and in collective self-defense of coalition partnered forces. And now Russia is coming out and basically saying that to the United States and anybody else that if you come back and try to do the same thing in that airspace, then we're gonna consider you a target. So we have basically here we're on the edge of a war with Russia, potentially. So not good news anywhere around. Yeah, but we are. Uh, oh wow, Shauna's saying there's an armed man in a Dick's Sporting Goods store. Did you say Minnesota? Shauna, would you say that again? So apparently, another Monday morning seems to be uh, potentially the morning that everybody does something like this. Who's going to do something? Shauna, say what the location was again. Massachusetts Mall. Okay, I think that's what Democrats want. They absolutely want chaos. The world has gone nuts. Las Vegas gal said. Pretty close. That's again. That's what happens when there's lawlessness. I think Dick's Sporting Goods. I think they sell all kinds of stuff. I'm not sure if they sell guns. I mean, in California, trying to think if they sell guns or not. Hey, Bill, good to see you. Bill said he heard that as well over on YouTube. They do sell guns. Okay, yeah, they sell guns and clothing. Might not be a wise target then. They sell ammo. The thing of it is, the guns there are all loaded. I mean, locked up. They're not loaded or anything else. I mean, I don't know. And who knows if this is just and I say just my gosh, if it's a domestic type thing where he's mad at somebody and going in to find them, or employer or spouse or whatever. If it's a he, I don't even know if it's a he. Off the grid, there's so much going on. It's just breaking. Dick's is a huge sporting goods store. Yep. Disgruntled employee. Is that what they're saying, Las Vegas Gal, or is that what you think it might be? This is getting to be every day. I know. And right to bear arms. Sometimes it's even it's hour by hour now. 3 miles away. Wow. Hey, Jamie. Hello, America. Good to see you. Maryland robbery. Great. It's just Monday mornings, it just gets worse and worse. People are so frustrated. And again, think about what the frustration partly is. We sat here and watched for 8 years lawlessness. And you have to admit, under Obama, there was a lot of lawlessness where we allow people just to run free and do whatever they take. Where is it taking place? That the Dick's sports store is in Massachusetts Mall. Jamie, hopefully no one will be hurt. Hopefully not. And we continue to allow lawlessness. I mean, we don't get these people out of the way and restore order. We're not restoring order fast enough, and people just assume, well, everybody else has done it, I'm going to do it too. Maryland standoff was due to interrupted robbery at a bank. So there was a bank robbery also, Jamie, in Maryland. Everybody picks Monday morning, to go do stuff like this, it seems. I mean, it's crazy. Why are Mondays so crazy? Not on Twitter yet. Yeah. And for everybody who is in Georgia tomorrow, get out and vote for Karen Handel. The other guy, Ossoff, oh my gosh. That guy, I watched a video with him in it. It was a debate between the two of them. I've never seen a bigger jerk in my life, an arrogant jerk. It sent chills down my spine. So I hope that, I pray for Karen that she is protected. The Dems are coming for the guns. Take that, America. Yep, Jamie said. So, yeah, and literally probably today, Jamie, and Dick's Sporting Goods, it sounds like. I don't know. I don't see anything coming up in a breaking news report for myself, but blame Bob Geldof. Okay. Vote for who's Sharon? Where's that at, Bill? Praying Trump stands strong. Yeah, I know, Nanette. I hope so, and that's why we have to keep praying for him. They won't take the guns. $25 million he got from special interest to fight Karen. Wow. Yeah, what is that? The George Soros special interest for Ossoff. I miss the ignorant, bubbly days of how lovely they were. I know, Nancy. Think about that. For 2001, we were all kind of like, oh, this is so great, and you heard things about the Middle East, and you were like, well, I really don't need to concern myself with it because it's so far away. Do you know? I don't know if Manafort is going to be one that they call in front of the Senate. Maybe that's what they're talking about. I didn't see that. They can't remove guns from criminals either. That's true. Soros is backing him. Yep, Soros is backing Ossoff, Jamie said. Let them try and take our guns. Barbara said, I know, if they take our guns, we have nothing. You might as well cash it in. I mean, because, people like the sheriff in Florida know what's what, saying you have to start protecting yourself. And basically you can't depend upon the police to be there all the time. I mean, the police have their hands full. of trying to take care of other things that are cropping up, like what you see in Paris and everywhere else. Hey, Jennifer, good to see you. Gary said police have surrounded a mall in Massachusetts after reports of an armed man holed up there. Yeah, Gary, I think that's what we were talking about, the Dick's Sporting Goods store in Massachusetts Mall. So Gary's just giving us an update on that. Yeah, I don't see Trump trying to move to take our guns. If they can't stop criminals using guns, they can't take away from others. Yeah, and they're never going to be able to stop criminals from using guns. I mean, that's just so idiotic to even say that. I don't know why you can't hear me over in Facebook Live. Everything supposedly is on. Heard this morning on the news after the shootout that baseball field they carry guns. I know they want to carry guns now that they had that shootout. Yeah, I don't know if anybody else. It seems like everybody else on Facebook, if Facebook Live, if you can hear me, let me know. Or if there's a, hopefully you can let me know if you can hear me. There shouldn't be any issues why you can't. But is there any word on the recent Moss killer, other than that he's been arrested, Nancy? They held him down until somebody came. Supposedly he's 48 years old. I don't know where he's from or anything else. And allegedly he yelled, "I did my bit," when they were holding him down. So, I mean, that can kind of tell you right there. And they're considering that a terrorist attack. And I guess the mayor of London said terrorism is terrorism. So that was his response. Let's see. Guns for them, not us. Yeah, that's kind of what they want. To take guns, they would have to change the Constitution. And Barbara, that's not going to happen. I mean, it could happen in California, but it's not going to happen throughout the whole United States. London mayor is a joke. I don't know why, Amanda, they even voted for him other than PC. So that would be about it. Some other breaking news. Jared Kushner is headed to Israel to meet with Benjamin Netanyahu. And then he's going to be going and meeting with the Palestinian leader, Mahmoud Abbas. And again, the theme is going to be talking about peace in the Middle East. So, President Trump said before that Jared Kushner was going to be the one that was going to be handling the issue of bringing peace to the Middle East. And so apparently he's setting out to do that. Who did you say was meeting with him? He's going to be meeting Netanyahu in Israel and then Mahmoud Abbas in Palestine, so the Palestinian leader. So he's going to stop by Israel first and then go over and meet with the Palestinian leader. The sound on, is everybody hearing me on YouTube pretty well? Maybe it may be muffled because I was mumbling. Peace in the Middle East and always will be a joke. I mean, I agree with you, Joe. There's no way there's going to be lasting peace in the Middle East. Yeah, Jared Kushner is the one who's headed over to do that. Let's see. Okay, Hugh, thanks. I think I was just on Facebook Live it's a little muffled. It's probably because of the way I have it sitting. It's never very good on Facebook Live. So what I can do is I'll put the Periscope one up later. Another horrid knife attack in Jerusalem Friday. Yes, a 23-year-old female police officer in Israel was killed. Thanks, Gina. Thanks for letting me know. Has everyone heard Jared speak? I really haven't, Janice. Make sure to click on the little speaker on the right-hand bottom corner for sound. Gary said, let's see. This is an Android, and my sound would be, let me just try to check it over here, and it's all the way up. So sorry for my hand in front of you over there on Facebook Live. What if Jared has a funky voice? Well, let's hope the funky voice can do good, but I don't know. Greater Boston area, Dick's Sporting Goods breaking, Shauna said. Sound is clear on Facebook Live now. Okay, perfect. I don't know. I don't know what it is. I really don't, but So there's some other headlines. It's just one of those days. Sound just got better. Okay, Gary, thank you. Too bad that it didn't get better until now. Nobody ever tells me that nothing's working until it's halfway through. So, um, I think you probably read that Kamala Harris has been sort of found out that she's given approximately 100,000 to Maxine Waters to get Maxine Waters' endorsement. So Kamala is buying off her fellow colleagues to get what she needs to get. Yeah, I think this last election she gave her $63,000. I know, Maxine Iroll, and Maxine is happy to take it. I'm sure. I'm glad they exposed her too, Amanda. But I don't know what good it'll do. Willie Brown's an ex-mistress. Oh God. Ugh. Thanks, Gary. I thought they couldn't do that. Uh, Nancy, if we can't do that, that means they probably can. Poor Jay Sekulow, yeah. Jay Sekulow, did anybody watch Jay Sekulow? He was on with Jake Tapper. I wrote about that one. It's on my website at susanknowles.com. And he was also on with Chris Wallace. And I think there's a new agenda from the left, and that is keep pushing your agenda. Keep asking the same question. And if they give you a response, from the right gives you a response, just keep acting like you didn't understand what they were saying, that it made no sense, that they weren't asking the question, and just keep asking it over and over again. He was awesome. I know he was awesome. Jake Tapper was just, at a point, Jake looked like, a dog the dog hears this shrill sound and they kind of tilt their head to the side, like what? That's what Jake Tapper looked like through the interview with Jay Sekulow. Jay tried to explain that, keep asking the same question in hopes of a different answer. And also, every time you ask that question is heard. And so people could pick up and remember the question over and over. And then they'll think, well, it was never answered because Jake never got the answer that he asked for. So he basically, Jay Sekulow explained to him that President Trump was tweeting out in response to the Washington Post article that said he was being investigated. So Trump just basically said back, almost like Washington Post is saying that I'm being investigated type thing. But Jay Sekulow explained that there's only 140 characters, and you can't do that necessarily and explain everything that you want to explain. Hey, Casey, good to see you. And so Jake didn't want to take that for an answer. And the funniest part, and I don't have it right here, but you'll see it in my article. He said something on the order, well, isn't it frustrating when you have people that say things that aren't true and it goes out worldwide? And the answer would be yes, Jake, just like you and CNN with your false and fake news, and WAPO and New York Times, publicly posting things that aren't true, and they go out worldwide. And that's very frustrating for us as well. Yeah, I know. No, I mean, Barbara, it is a joke, but that's the way they deal. And Chris Wallace, I don't know what's happened to Chris Wallace and why he would attack Jay Sekulow. Chris used to be a little bit more conservative, but I guess he's given that up. You should go on Moms and tell it straight up. Oh, mainstream media and tell it straight up? Yes. I used to do that. I used to go on One American News Network, and I loved it until they changed everything around, and Tommy came there for a while. Fake crapper, you said. I don't like Chris Wallace either. No. But, it's ridiculous. Apparently been compromised. Yep. Hey, Laura, good to see you. He drank the water, got retirement money. Yeah, I think they probably said, do you like working here at Fox? Do you want to stay here at Fox? Well, we need people to be more like what we at Fox want you to be like. And so Chris like, okay, I understand that. He's not that far gone. He got understood. Changed when his Pizzagate stuff got big. Yeah, I wasn't watching him, Kim, so I don't know if, when he changed. Tucker's in the hospital. I understand that was a somebody else said that that was a an appendectomy, that an emergency appendectomy last week. Yeah, got his appendix removed. Well, look, does anybody even recognize Fox now? I don't, Marlene, at all. Oh my gosh, Chris Wallace was auditioning for NBC or CNN. That's crazy. Hey, Wanda, good to see you. Yeah, so Jake and Chris. I mean, what can you say about Jake? I think Jake had potential. Jake should have gone someplace else other than CNN, but obviously, he's gone over. Oh, you're in your salon. How nice, Wanda. Getting a haircut, I guess, or something with your hair. Nice. He is now like me. Had mine removed as a kid. Oh, Robert. Oh, signed up to One American News Network this weekend. Somebody said. I like the people better now that Tommy's not there, but I like the people before. They were really great people at One American News. Rick Amato was great. That's who I used to go on as a guest for on a panel of usually like three people. It was great. No giving away. Oh, cool. Oh, it's in your salon. How nice, Wanda. That's even better. Yeah, Juan Williams. What can you say about Juan Williams? Yeah, that Graham guy, Graham Ledger, he used to be a newscaster in San Diego. And then I guess he wasn't doing as well on on the regular news there, so went on One American News Network. Juan Williams supports La Raza. Of course he does. Is Juan gone? I hope. Tommy cooked her goose. Tommy Tommy just is, I really predicted that Tommy was going to go to Fox News. That's where she was headed. But when everything kind of got, turned upside down at Fox News, she had really no place to go. The last thing I saw her on, I know she's working supposedly for like a pro Trump group right now, but she was on that show, and I don't watch it, about the boy who became, transgender, Jazz, I think, or something like that. She was asking that Jazz person a question. I'm thinking, what are you doing on this show? I mean, what? I thought you were like news and politics. What is going on? Glenn Beck wrecked. Glenn Beck. Glenn Beck got rid of her for going on another show. And this is my opinion. Going on another show and becoming a chameleon, and not the person that they hired, not the person she said she was, but when she got on there, it was obvious that she was. Oh, good, Jennifer. That she was basically just giving them, siding with them, her pro abortion stance. Yeah, she said she was a conservative and she was against abortion. But when she went on The View, all of a sudden that changed. Because why? I have a name for that. I won't say, but that's somebody who does things for money, because it gets them the popularity, or it gets them the clicks. Which I'm seeing so many of people trying to go on Periscope now and other places and getting clicks. Not a lady. Well, I don't care if she's like a lady or not. I care about somebody saying that they're one thing. They would like me coming out and saying I'm a conservative, and the next day I go and hey Julie, and then the next day I'm telling you something that a liberal would say. Ladies don't sell out, Nancy said. Jennifer said she's a hypocrite. Yeah, but I mean, you can't come on and sell yourself that, oh, I'm a conservative, and the next thing you know, it's like, oh, I'm telling you liberal ideology, and all of a sudden I've changed. She said government shouldn't control abortion. Oh, Nancy said, women for Trump, love them. Less government, try a little consistency in people. Try a little consistency. Yeah, I think. Hey, how are you, Revanek? Revanak? I don't know if I'm saying your name right. Oh, we all know a couple of those wannabe Perry stars. Yes. Yes. Yes, we do. And, if that's what they want to do, that's fine. That doesn't mean I have to go along with it or watch it. The news is like wrestling predetermined. Doug said to Barbara. In some ways, it seems that way. Okay, some more breaking news. Uh, Carnivore. Rodney Carnivore. Oh, I get it. Rodney, how are you? Thank you. Oh my gosh. It didn't dawn on me. Sorry. And I even signed up for your account too. Juan is a villain. At least wrestling is fun to watch. Don, Las Vegas gal said. Absolutely. It's Rodney Conover. Yes, hey Rodney. You didn't like the carnivore? I thought you would like that. See that even has even more pizzazz, Rodney. I like the carnivore part. I like that. Only you would do something like that. I swear. I love it. Um, so we have Trump is moving to fill key positions, key government positions. 43 positions require Senate confirmation, including some U.S. attorneys. And it was a compliment, Rodney. Trust me. 415 key positions they lack nominees altogether. That's a lot. 415 positions that I'm going to bang on Tommy like that, Rodney, because I don't like Tommy, and you know that. I just don't like her. Don't appreciate her. 200 people are vetted daily, though. Um, exactly. I think he did hire a carnivore. 200 people vetted daily for senior positions, so that's really good. Puppy got excited playing and peed on her doggy bed. That's not good, Shauna. Um, now here are some bad news. Hey, Marlon, good to see you. She's a fellow blonde. Yeah, no, not for me. She's not. Um, no nominees for the Deputy Secretary of State, the Secretary of the Army, and the two SEC members. So there's nobody for those positions. And that's not good at all. But at least we're vetting people at about 200 per day. I never liked Tommy. She was annoying and snotty. Yep, seems like. All handled there, Shauna said. I wonder what that's about. Kim, I missed it, so I don't know what your question was. I'm up for Secretary of Secretaries. Rodney, you should apply. If anybody should apply, you should apply. Um, Also, some other breaking news. I'm telling you, it's a day for breaking news, like it always is. Wonder why we don't have nominees for those positions. Um, you know, I think one of the things is I think that there are people that are getting frustrated with the whole process and maybe don't want to be a part of it anymore. I'm wondering if that's what happened with Sheriff Clark. I mean, he accepted a position with the DHS, and but Rodney, Glenn Beck did not fire Tommy. She was never fired. He just took her show off the air. He didn't fire her, never, and they worked that out. I know. I'm very disappointed in Clark doing that, but I guess they were saying that there were some delays, and he didn't want to have to go through the whole delay process, and I don't know what those delays were, and maybe somebody was saying the other day maybe he's making more money doing what he's doing. It's true, Rodney. Yes, they dig for everything and try to stop them. Yeah. And one thing that Sheriff Clark did, he came out early and announced, hey, Marguerite, he came out and announced early that he had gotten the position before he was supposed to. Clark believes his own press. I don't know who. You mean Beck? Or I wish they'd take View off the air. I know, Jennifer, we all do. They were investigating a suicide in his jail. Oh, and Clark. Oh, Clark believes his own press. Sorry, Rodney. Yeah, I don't know. I really like him. He must have an issue on his record, James said. A lot of people, Rodney, we don't allow you to call into this show. We just don't do it. And you couldn't straighten me out if you tried, so don't even try. Could he have a closet skeleton? Could be Las Vegas gal. You think Clark would last through a law officer? It would be more professional. Yeah, a lot of people. Somebody else has said somebody died in his jail, and some people. I don't think he was involved in it, or he was being sued for it. But I think others under him, worked for him, were. Trump doesn't like it when when people get ahead of the ball. That may be why no Clark. He must have talked to a Russian 2 weeks ago. Someone died. Yeah, Someone in jail died under his watch, and I don't think that was helping him at all. And maybe that was some of the things that they had to talk about. Careful, or Susan will throw you in the back of the truck and take you down the bumpy highway. You've been on the truck, haven't you, James? Hello, is anybody in there? Hey, Shauna, what are you saying? James, I know Rodney. Rodney's just trying to give me a hard time today because that's what he does. He invented the Clark bar, and it's an embarrassment. If anybody doesn't know Rodney, Rodney is a comedian. He really and truly is. And so he's just giving me a hard time today because that's what he does. That's why. Good morning, Marlon. Try to listen as long as I can before my appointment. Lots going on in life. Clark Deal is on hush hush hold. He's out of public view for now. We're going to have a heck of an election. Yeah, I mean, I think Clark is out altogether, Marlon. Rudy has some bad stuff on his past related to 9/11. Julie said he doesn't get any respect. James, he doesn't need any respect. If you knew Rodney, you'd know Rodney can dish it out better than anybody, okay? So Rodney sometimes has to take it as well. Right, Rodney? He won't agree with me, but if you don't know Rodney, he's been on my show a couple of times, and if you want to be entertained, you just go listen to those shows. I did a show that's on YouTube Live on one of my posts, and it's an interview I did with Rodney. Sheriff Clark did an interview with CNN about a year ago about sanctuary cities, and the guy doing the interview didn't remember his doesn't you don't remember his name. Tried to shut him up because he didn't like what he was being said. Rodney takes it like nobody's business. That's true, Rodney. You need to go. You need to go listen to the shows. Rodney Conover, Rodney Lee Conover. I had a double entendre there. Make Clark head of security for representative congressman. Yeah, I think Clark is staying put, Barbara. Hey, Derek, how are you? Is it Mike or is it Derek or is it Derek Mike? So I think Clark is going to, yes, Rodney Lee Conover. He's giving me a hard time on Facebook Live because he can. Do they want to take down Alex Jones? Who's they? And, you know, I think Alex Jones can handle himself pretty well. He's got more viewers than Megyn Kelly. I just hired 2 secretaries, both redheads. Well, good. Then you won't get in any trouble, Rodney. You are a comedian. You just don't know it. Rodney's saying he's not a comedian, and he doesn't try to be, but he is. Yep, think he took MK down, Barbara said. So let's see. Something that came out from Megyn Kelly retired 20 years ago. That's right. Rodney retired from being a comedian 20 years ago. Alex Jones said, "Take that, Megyn Kelly." New media is like dandelions. Remove an old one and a new one sprouts up. I know. I know. Rodney will come back to haunt you. Trust me. No, listen, seriously, if you haven't seen the show from Rodney Lee Conover that I did, you need to go either to YouTube, to my channel, and watch that. Just scroll down, you'll see it. Go to Spreaker.com and look for Rodney Lee Conover. Easiest way also is just to go to my website at SusanKnowles.com and put in Rodney Lee Conover. Who in their right mind would watch Megyn Kelly? That's a question, Rodney. I have no idea. I didn't watch. I didn't watch Megyn Kelly last night. I didn't care what she and Alex Jones talked about. I really didn't care. Maybe I was supposed to. I don't know. Amy saw it and it was great. Yeah. Putin does, right? I didn't watch. I think that Alex Jones came on and he had Cernovich and everybody else that were talking about it leading up to it. And it's like, really? God, really? In 6 months, she'll be doing wrap-ups for The Bachelor. Yes, Rodney, that's true. He recorded her talking to him and promising she would not go after him. Then she did. Of course she did. She could have done the interview upside down and it wouldn't watch her. I know. Done the interview upside down, you wouldn't have watched her. Alex broadcasted during the show. I saw it. They celebrated something. I mean, it's kind of like it was such a big deal. Did it turn out to be such a big deal, or was it the hype more of a big deal? Oh yeah, Andrew was on as a co-host. I saw that. She's a liar. Somebody said Alex knew what he was doing. He certainly did. Clark is living with a bunch of Democrats that will do anything to attack him. County board, city, county, district attorney are all Democrats. They are attacking him in every way, Marlon said. I'm sure. Alex and Cernovich are obnoxious, Nanette said. Rodney interview was great. Rodney, you have a fan. Amy said that your interview was great. And Rodney is great. More exposure than Bill Clinton's boxers. That was from Rodney again. Did I get mediated for saying that? Nancy, no. Alex plans on playing 1 hour a day what he recorded with Megan. Paris attacker is dead. Yep, was what we kind of thought that was happening. I want to know Megyn Kelly's ratings. You'd have to find them first, Shauna. That's going to be very difficult to do. You know it's not higher than Alex's. You know. Oh, Amy, Rodney wants to know if you will marry him. He loved the fact that you loved his interview. So I'm just passing that along from Facebook to YouTube. Watch Alex Jones on the Joe Rogan 9/11 podcast, the only interview with Alex you will ever need to watch, James said. They will bury her ratings. She's already done that pretty much herself. Jerome Corsi. Yep, I've got a lot of shows on Jerome Corsi. If you haven't seen them, again, go to my website, SusanKnowles.com. Just put in Jerome Corsi in the search bar. You'll find it. He's got a lot of information on the Clintons, let me tell you. Rodney, she didn't say yes. She just said LOL. But I'm sure that you're used to hearing that response. So that was good. The Rogan show with Alex Jones. Shauna said. Let's see. When will James spill the info? I have no idea. Some other news, some other breaking news this morning. The Supreme Court has ruled that trademarks banning offensive names is unconstitutional. Oh, okay. So Rodney said that LOL actually means lots of love. So Amy just said lots of love over to Rodney on Facebook Live. Take that, America. Susan, great show today. Thank you, Jimmy. Thank you so much for coming by. So there's a little conversation going on between Facebook Live and YouTube. Amy, I don't know if you missed it, but Amy said that Rodney's yes, there's a kind of a romance in bloom between Facebook Live and YouTube. Amy finds Rodney's show great, and I'm the matchmaker. Rodney said he just trademarked the word Democrat. So that's good. I know. That's really good. Now you don't have to worry that is a very offensive name. So it's okay. You're in, Rodney. So, yeah, the Supreme Court, if you missed that, the Supreme Court trademarks banning offensive names. The use of offensive names is unconstitutional. Yes, Amy said LOL to Rodney, and Rodney said that just means lots of love. So, oh my God, I thought it meant laugh out loud. It does, Marlon, but if you're Rodney, it means lots of love. All right, Rodney, thanks for coming by. You are a laugh a minute. We love you here, so come back anytime. Hey, Jason, offensive, you've seen some names that are really offensive, and you know they're offensive when you see them. So there are people that come in here with profile names that are extremely offensive. What in the world? I think what happened was there was some, hey, William, there was hey, Jason, a band that wanted to use some offensive name. Amanda says, bye, Rodney. You got to go watch Rodney Lee Conover in the interview that I did. You'll be laughing. What story that would make, yes. So just trademark the Maryland Redskins. Oh, gosh. Somebody's got to help him, Rodney. So, Maryland Redskins, whatever. How about the California Redskins? Do you think that would hold up? That would be offensive and protected all at the same time. I think that's even better. I think you should call them California Redskins or, something else along those lines. California would really love that. Bye, Rodney. Take care. And follow Judicial Watch. Yes, always. Too offensive. I know, Rodney. I know. But the more offensive, the better, because the Constitution, the Supreme Court says it's okay. Stop the madness. Cali's so corrupt. Absolutely. Orange skins. There you go. Nanette, you should get that trademark because they are losing the Raiders. Yeah, well, we lost the Chargers, the San Diego Chargers to LA. So it's like they're dead to me now. We don't even watch them around the house at all. The football team is gone. Oops. Um, Peachy King. Okay, so now this wasn't in the news. This came out on Friday. It's one of those things that if you saw it, it'd make your head spin. So I'm going to tell you what it was. But an independent bipartisan federal commission tasked with advising President Donald Trump and Congress on civil rights issues approved a 2-year investigation that will examine how the Trump administration's current budgets and staffing levels allow civil rights offices to perform. The United States Commission on Civil Rights unanimously approved an investigation citing concerns about the impacts that budget cuts and staffing shortages could have on agencies designed to uphold civil rights protections. Derek says, I'm so sick of the racism being dumped on America. Yeah, there's a lot of that going on, Derek. So now we have a federal commission who is approved a 2-year investigation. They're going to need 2 years so they can hold on at least for 2 more years to their jobs, saying that the staffing shortages and the budget shortages, they're going to impact civil rights protections. It's a waste of money, yes. London police say 47-year-old man charged with a terror offense over the mosque attack. Okay. I thought he was dead. Oh, the mosque attack. Yes. Oh, sorry. I was thinking about the Paris one. Yes, Hugh. I thought he was 48. I thought that guy was 48, but that's true. So it is a terror offense, which everybody kind of knew last night. I mean, when you mow down people, I don't care where you're from or what the reason is. I think everyone needs to stop paying taxes, Amanda said. Well, we would all go to jail together, I suppose, then if that were true, Amanda. Too many attacks to keep straight. Exactly, Las Vegas gal. James said, sounds like blowback to me on the report of the mosque. It's crazy time in the United States and around the world. I don't know if anybody watched Judge Janine this weekend. She really stuck it to the government, to the GOP, and basically saying that, in a lot of respects, that the GOP is just going along with the Democrats and that they're following the Democrats' agenda. She was great. I mean, she stuck it to them. Would shut down the government and they would have to listen, no taxes. I know, Barbara, it'd be great, but I'm so sick of people wanting to do investigations on Trump when in fact it was Hillary Clinton, old cranium to the that sold cranium or uranium to the Russians. It was Obama and Hillary that gave weapons to our enemies. On and on and on. Absolutely. Saw that. She's awesome, but what will come of it? Nothing, Nanette. But I'm sure she felt better. um, and I wanted to let you know in the last few minutes that we have, not that this is going to matter either, but I did some research on Mueller, and you know how everybody's like, oh, he's above reproach, he's so great. I found out, he's a Vietnam veteran, and so that probably makes it more difficult for people to say anything negative about him, even if it's true. They don't want to say anything against a veteran, but he under Obama he served 10 years as the FBI director, and you're only supposed to serve serve for 10 years. But Obama asked Congress to allow him to stay 2 extra years. And under Mueller, the CAIR, the Council on American Islamic Relations, met with him, and then it was then under FBI Director Mueller, that after meeting with CAIR, that he decided they were going to take all the references out in the FBI manual. So you want to take references out about Muslims that Muslims feel were too what's the word, disparaging, discriminating, et cetera, et cetera. So he removed all of those things from the FBI manuals. And I'm sure under the direction of Obama, but then again, the FBI director and the president never really talk, do they? Judge Janine is what the other MSM channels need. They need to have one conservative reporter on each channel, according to Mike. An investigation should be done in Maxine Waters because she's been in trouble with fraud before. Absolutely, Jennifer. Also about Mueller, he and the other Holder and Mueller especially. Yeah, he has to go. Mueller did that, yes, and nobody wants to talk about that. He's the one that directed the FBI to take out all the information out of training manuals for the FBI that the Muslims under CARE deemed disparaging or discriminating or whatever. So basically, what they did a lot of times in those manuals, they took out information that would have been needed for future terrorist attacks, and they wouldn't have known that information because the CARE thought it was too disparaging to talk about. And also, this is something that we had never heard about, was Holder, Mueller, and other Justice Department executives took 395 non-mission flights, and the Government Accountability Office determined that all the flights cost taxpayers $7.8 million. So this man, who's totally above board and everything else, was responsible in some way in these things, meaning that he took personal flights on government jets, which was not part of the mission, meaning government business, and it cost all of us $7.8 million. Pocket change, right? And Holder did that as well. So I guess Mueller and Holder, were primarily the ones that they pinpointed. I'm not saying that they did anything that was illegal, but they did something that was, look at taxpayer money. So, again, how much money is he going to be spending with all of his attorneys that he's hired? They're just going to just spend hand over fist, probably. Sure that he was ordered by President Obama, invited the Muslim Brotherhood into the White House to do that. She's talking, Jennifer, saying that Mueller was probably ordered by Obama to take that information out of the FBI manuals. But according to Comey, you wouldn't have that conversation with the president, right? The president wouldn't be telling you what to do. So if that's true, if you're not taking direction from the president of the United States, as Comey seems to imply, then that would mean that Mueller made that decision to take that information out of the FBI manuals himself after meeting with CARE. So you can't have it both ways. Which one is it? So when everybody talks about how Mueller is so above board and he hasn't done anything wrong and squeaky clean, I know that Senator Grassley at the time was upset because under Mueller and Holder, they were spending so much money on different things that they said they needed, like these personal flights that they were taking. Yeah, Comey's liar. They are just evil. They are. And Las Vegas Gal and the Democrats seem to get away with a lot of this because we don't do anything about it. So we need to start doing that. And there's, we just have to step it up. So far, it seems the only person who has not lied to us is Trump. I know, Barbara. Isn't that amazing? Keep praying for Trump. Keep praying for his administration. Yeah, the GOP does things that they want to please. They want to please the left, but also, it's like Judge Janine said, how much are they for the left? Pray for the family of the Navy men killed on the destroyer. Everyone have a great day. Everybody, thank you so much for being here this morning. Have a great day. Stay safe. If you would, please retweet all of this on Periscope. Please share this on Facebook Live and on YouTube. Please share this, and if you will, please give me a thumbs up on the way out. Thank you so much. Let's keep safe. Let's keep this country going. We're the first line of defense here. All right. So anyone, have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thank you. All right. Take care. Periscope, thanks for coming by. Have a great Monday. Everybody on YouTube, thank you so much for coming, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.